Talking the talk, it's now time to walk the walk. It's Roy Jones Jr. He won world titles at 4 different weight classes, including the heavyweight championship of the world. Jai Opetaia, fighting out of Sydney, Australia, one of the most feared southpaws in the world today.
This is going to be one hell of a fight.
So now let's go into the ring for the official introductions. Here's the classy Jimmy Lennon Jr.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from Pensacola, Florida, here is a middleweight, a super middleweight, a light heavyweight, and a heavyweight champion of the world, Roy Jones Jr. Fighting out of the blue corner, from Gold Coast, Queensland, Australia, by way of Sydney, an IBF Cruiserweight champion of the world, Jai Opetaia.
What a pleasure it is to be here in this environment. What a venue for this showdown.
Words are cheap. It's the action that says it all. We'll find out when the first bell goes.
What a great venue and what a great matchup. Cannot wait for this one. You can't imagine how bad these fighters want to get their hands on each other. Straight. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. This is some of the best action I've seen in any round, anywhere this year. When you're fighting a counterpuncher, the feint can be such a good weapon. Pretend you're going to punch, make the counterpuncher throw a punch, and then you counter them.
Hard, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be on this. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think light. Concentrate.
Not a lot of defense here at all. Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. They both want the knockout. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. They've got to use their jab better in this fight. Which fighter will say no mas? A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talk about Roy Jones in that last round. Talk about a one-sided 3 minutes we just saw.
You can't leave it up to the...
Right hand, beautiful.
Here we go for round 2. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
They exchange punches. If you're a counter puncher, then basically you do the counter attack. You let them get their punch off first, and then you answer in kind.
They have got great ring IQ. Counter punches are the best.
Incredible work rate. Misses with the straight left. A perfect counter lands. punch himself out, though. Beautiful counter punch. That hook doesn't score. And he misses with that straight left. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Roy Jones in that last round. I promise you, all three judges here are going to give that. Here we go in round three. Who's going to land the first big shot? That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Punch, counter punch. You couldn't write a script like this. This is like Rocky versus Apollo. Perfect counter shot. This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. I can't believe we're only halfway through the round.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them. More than happy.
As we burn through these rounds, this aggressive fighter continues to come forward, seemingly with endless energy, John.
I've seen some aggressive fighters like this, and they are a nightmare. If you are not fit, that is the worst place to be. Having second thoughts in the ring.
Through the straight left, but it won't score. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Roy Jones in that last round. As bad as boxing judging can be.
Same again.
There's the bell for round four. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
The jab doesn't quite connect. Good counter punch. Catch and shoot. Can you believe it? Roy Jones Jr. is on the back foot now. We almost saw a knockout a second ago, and now they're going toe-to-toe.
Defense, defense, defense is everything because they got shot once. They know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense. Work on defense. Blocking and stopping and shooting.
Counter shot lands. That counter punch caught him clean. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. How nervous would you get when you know you're facing a big puncher like this that can seriously hurt you?
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
Good counter punching. Beautiful counter shot. They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Roy Jones in that last round. At this point, you got to believe he can't win on the scorecards. Going to need a knock.
You don't want to lose this fight, do you? Come on.
There's the bell to start round 5. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Do you believe what we're seeing? What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
There's a counter shot. I don't think it's going to be a boxing match. This is going to be a fight. How about that time counter shot? Punch right up the middle. These counter punches have to hurt. Just missed with that jab. A swing and a miss with the right hook. Misses with the straight left. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Roy Jones in that last round. That bell could not have come soon enough for this guy.
I've been in fights like that. When you're thinking, come on, bell, ring away. You walk back to the...
Good round. You feel good? Good, man.
On to the 6th round. Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
And he scores with the counter. You've heard the phrase, finding a second win. I don't think I need to tell you which one of these fighters needs to find it.
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
And he misses with that straight left. Punch and just got countered. Nice counter shot. Nice counter. The only fear you have with this fighter is, has he punched himself out? Well done with that counter shot. Stamina is off the charts. Misses with the straight left. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Talk about Roy Jones in that last round. Not worried about these two fighters' gap.
Get your mind back on the...
There's the bell for round 7. They let it all hang out in the last round. What do they got left?
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
just a couple rounds left, Johnny. What's your assessment so far?
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those pointed areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You just got to try and cut them, skim them, go for speed.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Nice counter punch. They exchange punches. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
What heart, what desire, but at what cost? Deciding to let it all hang out here in this round. Those counter punches have to hurt. A lot of effort being exerted here. And he misses with that straight left. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Talk about Roy Jones in that last round. Stamina is always an issue in a prize fight.
It's when you talk about championship material.
He's not getting back up. Listen, you've switched off. What are you doing? I need you to focus on what you do. Right hand's beautiful.
There's the bell for round 8. How much do they have left in the tank after that last round?
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
Johnny, as you know, there's a fine line between being aggressive and being too aggressive.
Sometimes when you have a fight, the best way to beat a fight is not give them what they want. Because they want to get you there. They want you to stand there toe-to-toe with them and have a terror. That's what they do in the gym every single day of the week. What you've got to do is you've got to frustrate them as they set their shots. Get out of the way. And they'll get so angry, so frustrated because they can't work.
What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Right hook just missed. Misses with the straight left. Beautiful counter shot. A big whiff with the right hook. Beautiful counter shot. A perfect counter lands. Go back to the drawing board time, a unanimous decision victory.
They've done it before, now they're doing it again, and look what's happened, a unanimous decision. What a way, what tactics, what a game plan, and what a result.